Welcome to Coach's Corner, everybody. I'm your host, Coach Tripp. Next to a good friend of mine, Coach Mark Hobley.
All right.
Coach Hobbs, I call him, who taught and coached football for over 20 years. A lot of those years for our guest today, Coach Mike Bennett, Scambia High football coach. Coach, thanks for joining the show today.
Hey, man, I appreciate y'all having me.
Man, how many years was Hobbs with you?
Almost all of them.
He's still with you, man.
Yes.
He's going to the games. We went to Midnight Madness. I can't believe the regular season's over with already.
I know it goes by fast, man. It just flies by. But Hob and I, we started, I guess, at Washington.
Yeah.
That was Washington together and as assistant coaches. And then when I went to PHS, and he followed us the whole first year, and after that, he came back home.
Oh yeah,
he was with me about 20 years at least. He was there with me a while.
That's awesome. That's awesome, Coach. Congrats on the playoff win last week. They're never easy. How many playoff years out of coaching have you been in the playoffs, Coach?
I don't know. I know here we've been this is our 7th year here at Scambia. We've been 6 years.
Wow.
So, and I think 13. I think probably 20-something years, 22, 23 years we've been in the playoffs as assistant coach.
I think it's probably easier to count the years you did.
It's a lot easier to count. Yeah.
You remember those.
Yeah, and I think my coaches figured out. We looked at the tub after we won a couple of weeks ago, and that was our 20th win that we've been coaching together. That we won the tub. So I was talking to Thomas. And so he said he won the tub one time.
One time.
He's a great coach.
Hey, let's talk about your team. Let's talk about some of the players. Talk about Anthony Hall's progress at quarterback because it's for his first year there, right?
Yeah. It's he's been a quarterback all his life. He played receiver for us last year, but he's come a long way and he's really taken over the leadership role of the offense, and Ant gets excited, big plays, and you like to see that in a kid that not only does he makes good plays, but he gets excited about making big plays.
Running back Dorian White, well over 1,000 yards this year. He's had some big games for you. How's he doing?
Well, I'm hoping he's okay right now. After running it 35 times last week. And that defense was tough last week, and but Dorian ran it 35 times for I think 153 yards.
Wow!
And he was just a workhorse all night long. And the first time we played it, he put it on the ground, and I tell you, he told me, he said, "Coach, man, I got this tonight." And he didn't put it on the ground. He kept battling for yardage, and he's a junior, and we're just proud we're going to have him back next year.
Wow, he's only a junior. Holy cow. And he didn't put it on the ground. Turnovers. Let's talk about turnovers, how important they are, especially in close games, which most playoff games are going to be. Talk a little bit about creating a couple turnovers last week. And when you win the turnover ratio, your percentages go skyrocket up.
Well, it does. And, the first time we played him, we lost it. And this time we got the big interception by Travion Collette, and then we blocked the punt, and it was something that we thought we could do. We thought we could block a punt against them. We had been working on it, and we did. We got it, and John Williams picks it up, and then another turnover was the safety. Goes to the punter's hands, and I think we had a chance to block that one too. Excuse me. He did a good job of kicking the ball in the end zone, and I didn't know they threw a flag on that. I said, "Hey, man, what's the penalty for?"
Coach, there's a lot of playoff games won on special teams. That's why they call them special. Especially punt and field goal units. Talk about working on those and giving some extra emphasis maybe this week or playoff week on those two teams.
Well, like I told our guys just yesterday, and Coach Hobley can remember this. In 2009, we won a game 7-6. We blocked the extra point. We blocked 2 field goals, we blocked a punt in the end zone and recovered it and kicked our extra point. We won 6 against Andrew Jackson. And, I thought that game was the state championship, to be honest with you, because they were very good.
Very
And I tell them, I mean, that's the reason we work so hard on special teams. We don't miss a day doing all our special teams. We don't skip days. We work on them all.
Mm-hmm.
And I've changed, sometimes it's week to week on the kickoff return. Sometimes it depends on where you want to kick the ball to. If we want to pooch it, kick it deep, onside it, we work on it all. So our kicking is going to take about 20 minutes every day because we're gonna make sure we get it right.
Beautiful. That's why you win so much, Coach. I tell you what, I got to tell you a story about special teams. You know this kid too. 2009, and it wasn't 2009, but I do remember going over there as a member of the Catholic. We were playing a playoff game over there as well. I think we practiced, close by. I remember seeing you guys that year. But this year, well, I think it was 2000, somewhere around 2009, 10. Mike Neal. They were playing. So who was it? Trinity over there, and we beat them in a playoff game where we're winning 17-15. They line up for a 25-yard field goal, and Seibert calls timeout. Thank God he did, because I remember the wing blocked out. Right, so I told Mikey, let the outside guy take the wing. You jump over the tackle's leg, and you'll get it. Well, he almost overran it. The ball hit him in the stomach. The foot hit him in the chin, and he knocked his teeth out and knocked him out cold. We win the game. It was the last time Trinity Catholic lost, after 4 years after that. Blood was all over him. His teeth were knocked out. And, we pick him up. He's like semi-conscious, and everybody's going crazy on the sideline. He shakes us loose. And he runs to his teammates, and Coach Seibert found his tooth in his jersey later on. We gave it to him at the banquet. Now that's a story about you shouldn't really win that playoff game against those guys because we weren't as talented as them. But special teams can win them or lose them.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. And like I said, we work on them all the time. We work on them in the spring. We do the same thing in the spring. We may not practice as long, but we're going to work on special teams regardless.
St. Augustine, number 1 seed, you're playing on the road. Tough deal. Talk about your routine, and you played those guys before over there, so you know what to expect.
How many times we go over there, man? I don't even know.
Every year. Every year.
This is my third time at Escambia going over. Look, great program, great coach. If they were around Pensacola, you'd say they're another Niceville. They're going to just be in the right places.
Yeah.
So you don't got to go find them. They're going to be in the right place. You got to block them. You got to tackle them.
Coach, do you remember when you beat them? When you beat them in 2009, they hadn't been shut out at home in 115 games.
Right.
Okay.
Wow.
And you figure if you play 5 home games a year, that's the equivalent of 23 years in a row not being shut out, and to go over there and beat them 9-0 that night in a monsoon. And I tell you what, Coach, that was
one of Gary Cowart's, your defensive coordinator's favorite games, I imagine.
Oh yeah. Look, we've had some great games with them. We beat them that year in 9. We lost to them in 10. And it was 10.
10-9.
We lost 7-3. And
7-3. Oh, yeah.
We're on the goal line. We're on the goal line, and we get 2 pass interferences, and we got the ball on the 4. And the third one was pass interference too. I don't care that it's in college. But lost that one 7-3. Heck of a football game. First time we went over there, we got beat 28-21, and they went on to win the state championship. And Coach Wiles tells me all the time that was a state championship game.
Wow.
Right. Exactly.
And we were going. I'd already talked to my offensive coordinator, who was Barry Holliday at that time, and I said, "Hey, Coach, I know we're going to score. When we get down there and score, to have your 2-point play ready." We stopped them. We get down. We're about the 20-yard line. I really felt good about it. And doggone it, they made a good play, got an interception. But we were going to go for 2 because that's the year they had the kid that went to Tennessee, Hancock. Jaquez. What was Jaquez? Went to Florida, played receiver.
Green.
Huh?
Jaquez Green, was it?
I don't know.
It was another.
Can't
But
remember.
he was a player for him. And then the running back slot, he played. He went to Florida, and he's our offensive coordinator now. And so I tell you, man, that was a heck of a team. We had a heck of a team they had, and just came up short. You got
to play clean, Mike. That know they're a good team. You can't have a whole lot of penalties, turnovers. You got to win the turnover ratio, and then somebody's got to step up and make a big play. And you don't know what play is coming. That's why it's all important to go all out, all 80 plays.
That's right.
Joshua Jackson has made some big plays for you, and you talk about your defense again. Messiah Everhart leads the group with seven or 8 sacks.
Yep. Hey, look, our defense. I've told y'all, man, early in the season we have a really good defense. These guys can really play, and we're fixing to play a good offense. So we're gonna really see, are we that good? Are we what we thought we were? I think we are, but we got to go out there and prove it now. They got good receivers. We got good DBs. So. It's going to be a fun game.
DB play, Mike. It's all about DBs, man.
Right.
That's right. You've heard that in Gary for 25 years in his
right.
It's all about turnovers and DB play. All right, brother. Thanks for joining the show. I'll let you eat your lunch. Your clam chowder. Thanks for taking the time. It's probably cold by now, so
I know, man. It's still warm. I promise you.
Hey, Coach, I'll talk to you over in St. Augustine, man. And hey, let's go get another one.
Yeah, let's go get another one, Coach. Good luck.
All right, but appreciate it.
So long, buddy.
All
right. Coach Mike Bennett. It's going to be a high football coach.
Yes, sir.
The winner of that game will play for the Region 1 championship in 3S against the winner of Choctaw, number 3 seed, against number 2 seed Lincoln.
Wow, I think the best teams have made it here so far. Excellent ball games. If Scambia can, like you say, if they can win the turnover battle and play a clean game, they should have a chance to catch St. Augustine at the light. St. Augustine is really, really good this year.
Wow. Can't wait for that. All right. 4S locally. Number 3, Bartram Trail, 7-4, is at number 2, Niceville, 9-2. The other region semifinal pits number 4, Ponte Vedra against number 1, Buchholz. 4S is tough. Niceville's a powerhouse. We always had to go through Niceville to get past to get to the region game. So talk about that. I don't know much about Bartram.
Bartram Trails. They lost to IGM the week before Pine Forest lost to them. Played them a lot better game. They've lost to a Georgia team. This should be a shootout in Niceville, but everybody's looking forward to the Bartram Trail Buchholz game. That should be a shootout as well.
Okay, 2S. Locally, right. Catholic, my old school, number 4, 9-2, number 4 seed at number 1, Walton, who's 11-0. So I think Catholic has a chance. They're playing better. They didn't lose by much to them early, and I think they're going to come away with the win.
Lock of the week. This right here, they are upset. Their kids are upset that they got beat the first time. They took it out on a Swanning team last week.
Yeah.
Walton better be strapped up.
They better be ready. Walton's got a good quarterback. It's going to be I think it's going to be a lot of points scored, and it's going to be a wild one. Turnovers are going to matter because that one's going to be close as well. In one rural classification, number 5, Northview, 4-6, at number 1, Bozeman, 10-0. Old Summy, no chance, Summy. No chance whatsoever. But hey, other semi, number 3, Chipley, at number 2, Holmes County. So it looks like I don't know much about Holmes County and Chipley, but they're going to be taking on Bozeman.
Hey, well, I tell you what, Northview started to play better.
They have. I do got to give credit. Summy. They have gotten your team better. He always does.
And these guys do have some playoff experience from last year. They know what it's like. Bozeman, I don't ever remember Bozeman going 10-0.
Wow.
So
Wow.
I wouldn't be shocked.
If they
Out of
upset,
if these 4 games, the only upset I possibly see is Northview maybe beating Bozeman. I don't see Walton winning. I don't see Nicefield winning, and Scammia's got a tough out.
oh, you think Bartram Trail is going to beat Niceville?
Yeah, I think they'll score.
Think they will?
I think they'll score 40 plus.
Oh, wow.
Easy.
All right, good. That wraps up high school. Hey, let's jump in and transition over to college. And our very own UWF Argonauts are playing in a playoff game in Division II. Argos are actually the Division II playoff leader all time in win percentage. That's right, 80%. They're 12-3 in the Division II playoffs, going back to when they started 7 years ago. The Argos, of course, won the 2021 title. In 2019, they were in the title game and became runners-up. So, their record, Hobbs, UWF, 64-24, 73% win rate since they started 7 years ago. Congratulations, Coach Nobles and our Argonauts, they will take on 9-1 Delta State, who is the top in the GSC with 464 yards of offense every game and racking up almost 44 points a game. So the winner will play Valdosta State Limestone winner. The good news is Argos already played Delta State and beat them. You say, why is that good news? It's hard to beat 2 teams twice. Well, that may be, and they have to play them both on the road. That's right. They beat Delta State at their place in Cleveland, Mississippi on October 21st. So good luck to those guys. Some of the other games of notice, not in the top 25. We'll jump into that in just a minute. New Mexico State is 8-3 at Auburn, 6-4, 2 p.m. in the SEC. Auburn's playing better. They're in the bowl games.
Yes.
And they're going to hopefully not look ahead to Alabama because they need to take care of business.
Yeah, they better. New Mexico State's a tough out.
Not a bad team.
They're tough out. Yes.
All right. So Marshall, 5-5 at South Alabama. The Jags are 5-5, 4 o'clock on ESPN Plus. Wish I could go to that game. Good friend of mine's a big Marshall fan, but that's going to be a tough because both are good teams. I know 5-5 record is not any indication of how they've done, but both teams have good programs, and one of them will be bowl eligible after.
The Sun Belt has a very good conference. Don't get it twisted. They're very good in the Sun Belt.
Didn't they have the highest win percentage in the bowl games last year?
Something like that last year, right? And they'll probably have 3 or 4 teams this year. You don't want to play those guys in the bowl game. They have nothing else better to do than upset your year.
Cameraman for WEAR, Mac's team, East Carolina, 2-8. Mac, 2-8, not having a great year. At Navy, for all you midshipmen out there, you guys are 4-5, 11 o'clock kickoff. All right, let's jump into the top 25. As you probably want to know, where are our records. Hobbs last week nipped me, beat me out, went 111, lost 8. I won 10, lost 9 against the spread. Year to date, Hobbs, you're 87-85, 51%. I'm 97-75. I'm at 56%. All right, let's tackle it. Let's jump in. Number 1, Georgia. In the playoff poll, 10-point favorites at Tennessee. Of course, the 2:30 CBS game. I think Georgia is just on a mission right now. Tennessee's reeling a little bit. I think Georgia beats them by 15, 20 points. Taking Georgia.
Yeah, the Dogs.
All right, Hobbs, Ohio State's number 2. Now they dropped down to number 2. I don't know why. There wasn't that much of a lackluster win for them last week. They're 28-point favorites over Minnesota. Minnesota's just plain gopher terrible. 3 p.m. in the Big Ten. I think Ohio State by 40.
By 40, I'll take Ohio State.
All right. Then next, Michigan. Yep. I don't believe what they're doing, and Jim Harbaugh's right. I'm a big Harbaugh fan. All the Harbaughs, all coaches, quality guys. I think they're doing them wrong. Michigan rallied. I made a mistake last week. I should have known that when you have a great coach and your team rallies, you either fall apart or you rally in even us against the world mentality, which is really powerful. So I'm going Michigan over Maryland. Maryland's reeling. Michigan.
Maryland.
Taking the points.
Yes.
Not a bad one. FSU, keep winning, but don't cover spreads. I bet on them every week and lose because they just do enough to win. I'm not a big believer yet. I'm a great believer in Norvell in this program. I like their quarterback, though. North Alabama's given up 42. I'm going to take North Alabama to stay within 30.
North Alabama.
Okay. Washington, it's about time they lose. I just have to say it. They've been close. They haven't been playing that great. They're not a top 5 team. Alabama would beat them by 2 or 3 touchdowns like we did before. They're at Oregon State. Oregon State's tough at home. I'm picking it's a pick 'em game. I'm picking Oregon State.
Washington.
All right, Hobbs trying to catch me. Oregon giving up 22 at Arizona State. At Arizona State. Arizona State's not that bad. 3 p.m. on Fox. Oregon's, I think, just ready for a letdown game because big games are coming to follow. They better not overlook Arizona State. I think Arizona State covers.
I like ASU.
You like ASU too?
Yeah.
Texas 9-point favorite, number 7 in the country, just above Alabama because they beat them at Iowa State, 7 p.m. on Fox. Texas hasn't been playing that great, but they do enough to win. I just don't think Iowa State can handle them. I'm going to take Texas.
I have to go with Texas.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Alabama, I'm taking Alabama all the time. You taking the points?
Yes.
Hobbs loves to take the points against Bama. Hobbs. Coach Saban doesn't like if one of these teams are up really, really big, like Florida State's up on, North Alabama, some by 40 points.
Mm-hmm.
They'll take Travis out of the game. They'll take their start. Saban doesn't like to do that.
Right.
He doesn't like to take his starters out.
I don't have any.
All right.
Hey, I don't have any problem if he leaves them in there.
Missouri's really playing well. Florida's just not. 11-point favorites at home against Florida. Missouri's a tough out. Florida's just not together yet. I'm taking Missouri.
I hate to do it, but I got to go with Florida.
All right. Louisville, number 10 in the country, at Miami. I think Louisville's ready for a slip up. I'm a big believer in Miami's coach. Don't know if he's ready yet this year, but I wouldn't want to play him next year. I'm taking Miami at home.
I like Louisville.
I know.
And they're reeling right now. Emory had the Emory Williams.
That's right. Right.
He had the surgery.
I forgot about Emory being out. I'm taking Louisville. I'm changing my pick. I can change my mind. Women do it all the time.
Okay.
All right, number 12, Penn State. I'm taking them over Rutgers. Rutgers is a terrible team. You can see it at 11 o'clock on FS1. I'm ready for Penn State to rebound a little bit, even though they're not that good. Or they're not a contender. Let's put it that way.
They're awful. Give me Rutgers.
All right. Rutgers is really bad, coach.
Yeah.
All right, Ole Miss. Ole Miss is, after that loss, they were going to come out throwing the ball. Louisiana Monroe hasn't seen wide receivers like that. I'm taking Ole Miss, even though it's 37 points.
It's tough. Give me Ole Miss.
All right. Oklahoma is ready to rebound. BYU is just plain horrible. 24 points, 11 o'clock on ESPN. I'm taking Oklahoma.
I'll have to go the opposite way on that one.
Okay. LSU, 31 point over Georgia State. Georgia State's just really bad. LSU wants some, they can play well under certain conditions.
Under certain conditions. Shit.
This should be a good condition.
Give me the points.
This should be a good condition for them.
I'll take the points.
Oh, gosh.
You take the condition, I'm taking
their condition. Iowa, 4-point favor over Illinois. Illinois is just plain horrible. I know Iowa can't score if you spotted them first and goal.
Negative,
but I'm going to take Iowa.
-4. I'll take the points in that one. It'll be a
20 total.
Yeah, it'll be a 3-7, a 3-6 game. Give me those 4 points. That's premium. You know what I'm saying?
Arizona, Utah. Arizona's playing good. Utah's good. It's just a pick 'em game. That's how the point spread is sitting at. I just like Utah a little bit better.
On the other side, I took Utah. I'm not going against them. I'll have to take Utah.
Take Utah. They're a better team. Notre Dame is hosting Wake Forest. Notre Dame's a really good team. Wake Forest is a really bad team. I know 24 points. They'll have that by halftime. I'm taking Notre Dame. 2:30 on NBC.
Where's that game at?
At Notre Dame.
At Notre Dame?
Yep.
Notre Dame.
Okay. Hobbs got Notre Dame. North Carolina is getting 7.5 points when they're number 20 team in the country. Clemson's unranked. At Clemson, though, 2:30 on ESPN. Clemson, go Tigers.
That's a different place in the daytime than at night. You really don't want to mess with those guys at nighttime. I'll take Mac Brown.
Whoa, that's the first time all year you took Mac Brown.
It is.
Kansas, this is another close one, Hob, and it's a rivalry. Kansas State at number 25, Kansas, 6 o'clock on FS1 Network, 7.5 point favorites. Kansas State is. I'm taking Kansas State.
I'm on the other side of that. That border war.
All right, that's the 19 picks. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope somebody's making some money off our expert picks. Well, someone's expert picks.
Okay.
Thanks for joining me, Hobbs. Hope everybody has a great night. Stay tuned. Saturday, Robin Carey, former strong safety, Alabama, and baseball player for Alabama. And we'll talk about the safety position, what it means to be a great and how to be a great safety. Hope everybody has a great sports weekend. Stay tuned for these important messages from our sponsors. Without them, this just wouldn't be possible. If I could find my mouse, I'll be okay. It's probably hiding somewhere.
There it is.
There it is. Have a good sports weekend, everybody. See ya.
Arbitrium Consulting for all your fencing, landscaping, pressure washing, tree trimming needs. Call 850-483-0350 for your free estimates. Serving Pensacola, Gulf Breeze, Navarre, Fort Walton, Destin, Perdido, Gulf Shores, Foley, and the entire Gulf Coast. Arbitrium Consulting is owner-operated, fully licensed and insured. Call today, 850-483-0350, the official landscaper of Coach's Corner.
Hey, Bama fans, this is Will Moore, president of the Pensacola Bama Club. You can find us at PensacolaBamaClub.com. We are your official alumni chapter in the Pensacola and surrounding areas. Membership is available to all alumni and all Bama fans, so come see us at one of our many events throughout the year. Our Bama football watch parties are the next best thing to being in Bryant-Denny Stadium. We even serve authentic stadium hot dogs. Membership, event, and contact information will be found on our website at PensacolaBamaClub.com. Roll Tide.
Over 30 years, you have seen the orange Beck signs all over the Gulf Coast listing a property for sale or lease. Beck Partners is your trusted advisor in commercial real estate, property management, commercial and personal insurance. Senior Vice President David Valletto has been with Beck Partners since 1989. Take advantage of his wealth of knowledge by calling him today at 982-7352. 982-7352. Extensive experience in all aspects of leasing, sales, management, and site selection will make sure your expectations are exceeded.
Hey, Bill, some game, huh?
I haven't really noticed, Paul.
What? The biggest game of the year?
I've been looking over my insurance. Talk about problems I'm trying to figure out.
Well, do what I did. Call the Seiler Agency. They showed me what I needed and what I didn't. They even saved me money. Now, instead of worrying about my insurance, I can worry about the big game.
Contact the Seiler Agency at 476-7443 for all of your insurance needs. Your independent agent for home, auto, boat, RV, commercial, general liability, life, and sound investment strategies. Call 476-7443 today.
My name is Steve Reynolds. I'm the manager and owner of Cordova Lanes, and we help keep your mind out of the gutter. Cordova Lanes is part of the community of Pensacola. Being here for 43 years, we've entertained more people than any other bowling center in the city. We self-fund for a living. Cordova Lanes is located at 2111 Airport Boulevard in Pensacola, behind Cordova Mall. Come on out and see us at Cordova Lanes Bowling Center. Thank you.
For over 30 years, you have seen the orange Beck signs all over the Gulf Coast listing a property for sale or lease. Beck Partners is your trusted advisor in commercial real estate, property management, commercial and personal insurance. Senior Vice President David Valletto has been with Beck Partners since 1989. Take advantage of his wealth of knowledge by calling him today at 982-7352. 982-7352. Extensive experience in all aspects of leasing, sales, management, and site selection will make sure your expectations are exceeded.
Barnes Heating and Air is a proud sponsor of Alabama football, serving the entire Pensacola community for over 50 years. Barnes Heating and Air is passionate about providing customers with world-class air conditioning and heating repairs, sales, and installation. Barnes Heating and Air is family-owned, insured, and committed to quality. For a free estimate, call 478-0141. Barnes Heating and Air is #1 in customer service with service calls 7 days a week. Call Barnes Heating and Air, 478-0141, and roll Tide.